What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. People always say, Truth, can you give us an update on Gakirah Bonds, K.I.? That's kind of hard because I believe she passed away in 2014. That was a long time ago. I think everything about K.I. had already been put on the internet. Don't get me wrong, it's new people who jump in the drill culture every day and want to learn information. I understand I'm a drill historian, a street reporter. People feel like I know the answers to this shit because they see me speaking with a lot of the rappers and people who are involved in the drill culture. I tell people, I think K.I. was a legend. I believe K.I. missed her beat by not rapping. I think if K.I. would have became a rapper, she'd be the biggest female drill rapper of all time. Don't get me wrong, Katie got banned, Sasha go hard. We had people in the drill culture who's known as drill rappers. We got people in the culture who's known as female drill rappers. I believe Katie got banned, say she was the first. Sasha go hard, say she was the first. I think they both dope. But I think K.I., I think her mystique, I think she would have been bigger than both of them if she would have became a rapper because she had the background, she had the buzz of the street. I think that's enough to pull her over the top, in my opinion. One thing about K.I. that concerned me, though, is for her to get that, you know what I'm saying, name on the street like that. She was only 17 years old when she passed away. She was a young lady. This was not a grown female. This was not a grown person. This was a young kid who lost their life due to gun violence. According to the paperwork, Gakirah Bonds was shot 9 times or over 9 times. This wasn't like a blick, 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 and one person got hit. I'm under the influence, I'm under the impression that she was targeted. She was gunned down. This was a hit on her life. She was hit multiple times. According to the paperwork, she was hit so many times that the bullets pushed her to a porch, like she was knocked on a porch or something like that by a porch. People came outside and tried to patch her up and stuff like that, but she was bleeding profusely according to the paperwork and shit like that. You know, she was real young to be shot that many times, you know. And another thing that concerned me was she was in that neighborhood, you know. When people came through on some gangbanging shit shooting, Gakirah was on 64th and Eberhard. You know, those blocks were in rap songs. Those street sounds were in rap videos and shit like that. I think that made it dangerous for her, especially when the ops came through and she was still out there. You got to remember, she wasn't rich and famous. People were getting taken advantage in the drill culture at that time. So guys weren't really making money. They was getting the fame for the millions of views on YouTube, but they wasn't really getting the money. Gakirah Bonds ended up becoming famous as hell, but was still in them streets. You know, you got to understand that when the drill first popped out, people was really in love with the drill. This shit was real street shit. Now you got a female driller. She became very marketable on the blog sites. You know, Lil J yelling her name out in songs and shit like that. You know, she became very mystique-ish, you know. Made it dangerous for her, you know. I tell people that. It's a lot of rumors about her being a serial killer. She killed 390 people and all kind of shit like that. I can't tell you that. I can tell you that. I don't think she was no pussy. I don't think she was no joke. I think she was, you know, putting it on people. People knew not to fuck around with her and play with her. People knew that she wasn't for play, in my opinion. And I tell people that. But as far as the killing all these people, I wouldn't say all that. Now, I don't know. I wasn't there. But I can tell you this. She wasn't charged for no murders. Okay, she wasn't charged for no murders. She was never locked up for any murders. I don't see any shootings that she was locked up for, anything like that. For the police to know her and have all that information, for her not to be locked up one time, I find kind of crazy. But don't get me wrong, the police has said, and they stand on it, that, you know, she was a shooter for the Gangster Disciples. Now, I'm not saying she wasn't. But me personally, you know, I think she was a no play. But I think the rumors that they put on her that she was just Frankenstein, I think went a little too far in my opinion. We see how they doing it with King Von. King Von passed away. They say he killed 30 people. You know, that's what they say. So I can say the same thing with Gakirah. Her killer was never caught. This case has been unsolved. It's suspects in the case. The police suspected that King Von was involved in this case. But they didn't say that he was. It was suspected. Okay? A lot of people said his name and shit. But they can't stamp that, you know. And I'm going to tell you this here. I think Gakirah Bonds' story of Gakirah Bonds is going to be big forever, in my opinion. I just tell people that, man. I think the story of Gakirah Bonds is very big. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Tommy Truth. Be that.